Well, understandably, Ali, there's a lot of attention in the United States on how Christian Pulisic gets on at Chelsea, and he got off to a good start, but right now he's kind of struggling to get into the team. Should he be worried? Should Americans be worried for him?
But this is a concern that you should have had from the very beginning. This is not a surprise because you look at the players in place for Chelsea and you think, wait a minute, okay, so you have Pedro and you have Willian. Then you had an opportunity because Hudson-Odoi got injured, and so that opened a space for Christian Pulisic. But Mason Mount has come in and has played very well. And oh, by the way, let's not forget, how does Mason Mount come onto this team? Didn't Frank Lampard bring him to this team?
Didn't he have him at Derby last year?
Okay. And so there is a matter of trust. And in any team, in any setup that it has ever been across world football, if you have a coach that trusts a player because he knows what that player can do for him out on the field, well, he's going to prefer that guy. And regardless of whether Christian Pulisic is the next big hope for the U.S. National team or for U.S. soccer or whether he's flying the flag, do you think Frank Lampard cares about any of this stuff? No, he does not. He's going to make the choices because of players that he has available and that he thinks are going to win games for him and players that he trusts and that he believes can do the job for him. Now, Christian Pulisic is a very, very talented player, and he will continue to develop, and he will continue to get better. But that level of development and that level of him achieving the things that he can achieve and really maximizing his talent is going to come down to whether he's able to play and play consistently. And this is a trick. And this is where he's going to have to earn it out on the practice field, and he's going to have to earn it every time he gets an opportunity to play because the competition is there. Competition is supposed to make you better. Well, we'll see with Christian Pulisic.
If you're putting Pulisic in a Chelsea jersey, what position are you playing? Where do you think he's at his best?
He's at his very best coming from the left-hand side. Or you can even try him on the right-hand side in a front three. He just has that sort of speed and that ability, and he does have the change of pace to take people around the corner. He can cut inside. He can combine. But then you ask the same question about what does Hudson-Odoi? What's his best position? What is Mason Mount's best position? What can Pedro do for you? What can Willian do for you? And now it gets crowded. And so there's only so many places for Christian Pulisic, and there's only so many places for Frank Lampard. And so, again, it's not like Frank Lampard is sitting back and saying, you know what I'm going to do? Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to go against the wishes of U.S. soccer fans, and I am not going to play Christian Pulisic. No, he is going to make the choices that he thinks give Chelsea the best chance to win. The disappointing part is that over the last couple of weeks, that has not been Christian Pulisic. And so what the decision-making process is for Frank Lampard, it's important, but what is most important is that Christian Pulisic somehow finds a way to get in the rotation and stay in the rotation. Right now, he doesn't seem to be a part of it.
But also right now, it's right at the start of the season, and we're quick to kind of jump in and say, oh, it's a disaster, this ain't happening, and forgive the jazz hands, I don't know where they came from. But just finally, there is no team in world football who has to compete in the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, that you're going to have 38 unchanged lineups. He's part of a squad. He will be used. Patience is something that in life now seems to be in short supply.
Well, because this is how it works. Just because I said today that Christian Pulisic is not part of the rotation doesn't mean that he doesn't have a great week in training, that he doesn't have perhaps comes on late in a match and does well, and that buys him some time to participate in yet another match, or there's a League Cup game and he does well in that, or maybe there are injuries. There are opportunities out there for him. It's just what he makes of those opportunities where he makes it impossible for Frank Lampard not to, at the very least, take him into consideration to put him out on the field. But that's part of being a professional soccer player. Signing with a team doesn't mean you're going to play for the team. No. Signing for the team now gives you a chance to fight for a spot. And in the case of Christian Pulisic, he has that chance every day. Now he's got to thrive under those circumstances. And by the way, if he's able to take that jump, that would only do wonders for his career, because he has been able to break through that threshold because of his work, because of his skill level, because of his talent, and because he's willing to look at somebody in the face and say, you know what, this is my position, I'm going to make it mine, I'm going to have an impact on the game. That would be good for Christian Pulisic, and it would be good for the US national team. People, relax.
Thank you. Exactly. Look, critics look at this and they'll use statistics selectively. Oh, but he's not Lampard's. Yeah, neither's Willian. Neither's Pedro. Just calm down here. Right now, he might be on the outside looking in. There'll come a time that'll be someone else. And then we'll sit here and we'll talk about him and his panic that he's not in the team. That's the way football works these days.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.